You just drank a glass of warm milk to soothe that burning sensation in your chest. Everyone says milk calms the stomach, right? But minutes later, you're feeling even worse, like the fire in your throat just got hotter. Wait, isn't milk supposed to help? Well, not exactly. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most common misconceptions about acid reflux. Is milk really good for reflux, or is it secretly making it worse? The answer is more complicated than a simple yes or no. And if you've ever suffered from heartburn, this could change the way you think about your nightly glass of milk forever. In American homes, milk is practically a staple. Whether it's splashed into your cereal in the morning, added to your coffee, or sipped before bed to help you sleep, milk is everywhere. And many people, especially those struggling with reflux, believe that milk can coat the stomach, calm the acid, and reduce that burning feeling. It sounds logical. Milk is a liquid, it's cool, it contains calcium. Wouldn't that help neutralize stomach acid? Well, kind of. But that's only part of the story, because in some cases, milk can actually backfire, especially depending on the type of milk and your unique digestive system. Let's be honest, drinking a cold glass of milk when your chest is burning does feel good. Temporarily. That's because cold milk can briefly soothe your esophagus, which may be irritated by acid. Calcium in milk may even offer mild neutralization of stomach acid. But here's where things get tricky. Once milk enters your stomach and starts to break down, it stimulates acid production, especially if it contains fat and protein. That means it may feel better for a few minutes, only to feel worse a little while later. Let's break it down scientifically. Milk contains fat, protein, and calcium, and each of these components interacts with your digestive system differently. Fat. Whole milk contains around 8 grams of fat per cup. Fat takes longer to digest and is known to relax the lower esophageal sphincter less, the muscular valve that keeps acid from moving upward. When this valve relaxes too much, acid can easily escape into your esophagus, triggering reflux. Protein. While protein is essential for your health, certain proteins, especially in cow's milk, may also stimulate gastric acid secretion. Calcium. This mineral can temporarily neutralize acid, but the effect is short-lived and doesn't offset the acid rebound caused by fat and protein. So even though milk may start off as your friend, it can quickly turn into your enemy, depending on what kind you drink and how your body responds to it. A study published in the Journal of Gastroenterology and Hepatology observed that whole milk and 2% milk, the ones with higher fat content, were more likely to worsen reflux symptoms, especially when consumed at night. In contrast, non-fat milk and plant-based alternatives like almond or oat milk had little to no negative impact, and in some cases, even provided relief. These alternatives are often lower in fat and free from lactose, which some people struggle to digest. Let me share a quick story. I once treated a woman named Rachel, a 35-year-old marketing executive who came to me with chronic nighttime reflux. She swore she was eating clean, no coffee, no spicy food, no heavy dinners, but she just couldn't shake the nightly burn. When I asked about bedtime habits, she casually mentioned, "Oh, I always drink a glass of warm whole milk with a little honey to help me sleep." There was the problem. We switched her to unsweetened almond milk, and within a week, her symptoms had dramatically improved. She didn't change anything else in her routine, just the milk. Here's the honest truth. If you love milk, you don't necessarily have to give it up. But you do need to be smart about the type, the timing, and how your body reacts to it. White heavy check mark if you're going to drink milk. Choose non-fat milk or plant-based options like unsweetened almond milk, oat milk, or coconut milk. These are typically low in fat, easier to digest, and less likely to trigger reflux. Crossmark avoid full-fat dairy like whole milk, cream, and even some yogurts, especially at night. Alarm clock, don't drink milk right before bed. Lying down shortly after eating or drinking increases the risk of reflux, even if it's something you think is gentle like milk. Brain, most importantly, pay attention to your body. Everyone's gut reacts differently. What works for one person might not work for another. Milk has a reputation for being soothing, comforting, even healing. And in some ways it can be, but not for everyone and certainly not all the time. When you have reflux, the key is understanding how your body responds and choosing wisely based on science, not old habits. So, is milk good for people with reflux? The answer is, it depends on the milk and on you. If you've been relying on that nightly glass of dairy to calm your reflux, but still waking up with heartburn or nausea, maybe it's time to experiment with plant-based alternatives. You might be surprised at the difference one small swap can make. If you found this helpful, check out our next video, 10 foods to avoid if you have reflux, where we go even deeper into how everyday meals can either trigger or tame your symptoms. And if you're looking for natural, drug-free ways to reduce reflux, I've got an entire video breaking down 5 easy lifestyle changes that could change your gut health forever. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell. Your stomach will thank you. See you in the next video.